bad the ice doesn't break, we could send this into America's Worst Home Videos.
Well, you're scratching up all the ice, though. It was so nice and clean.
Yeah, oh well. Now it's a Jackson.
Hi!
Kevin, here's a pair you can try.
He's got a pair of hockey skates out here.
You might try.
Those are yours?
Yeah. They're my old ones, but they're sharp.
Okay.
I'd give you about a 6.
6 what?
Sean's a 10, I'll give you 6. Okay, we're coming in for a close-up on those dancing feet.
Here, watch me skate circles around Kevin.
Catch that turn. Whoa. Can you do it backwards? I guess so.
Well, how's that make you feel, Kev? Little brother showing off like that. Boy.
These are better skates.
Each skate blade is actually 2 blades, an inside and an outside.
It is?
Yeah. And the middle of it is kind of hollow.
Really? Oh, is that what happens when they sharpen them? They get it back that way?
Uh-huh. Yeah. So right now, I'm on the left outside edge. So I'm actually leaning on the outside edge. And now I'm on an inside edge. If I could. So there are 2 edges.
Now I'm on both.
Yeah. But 95% of the time, you're on one or the other.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And that makes it easier to skate the sharp one?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It makes all the difference in the world. Like, when we go back in there, compare these to the ones that are in there.
Oh.
So we have made-
I can't skate as well forwards as he can backwards.
Well, skating backwards isn't, in some ways, it's almost easier. Once you get there. But if you lean back on your skate, you go forward, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, not like back like that, but if you just put more weight on your heel. If I was standing like this, and I just slightly put weight on my heel, you go forward. And
So if you put your foot weight forward, you go backwards, sort of.
Right. So if I were just slightly, see how it looks like I'm not doing anything almost?
Uh-huh.
I'm just sort of leaning forward a little. Well, okay, try doing this. This is a forward swivel. So you're bringing your legs out and then in. And you're sort of leaning on them and coming back in and bending your knees and going down.
Huh?
So when you go out, you're kind of bending your knees and forcing your skates out and then back in again.
Oh, how about that?
And lean just back on your heels slightly.
And backwards is the reverse of that.
Uh-huh. Backwards. You lean slightly just forward on the front part of your skate.
Takes practice.
Yeah, it does. And you have to kind of get the hang of doing that forward before the day. A lot of it is just leaning slightly one way or the other way. So that when I do something like this, it almost looks like I'm not doing anything. It's almost like, you know, I'm just moving and just very slightly putting my weight one way or the other. So if you can do this without hardly any effort, think of what you can do when you can put a little effort in it.
Yeah. Hear that?
But the hardest thing is standing up straight.
Oh.
Most people are like this, including me. But if you stand up straight, you get all your weight over that blade. You can just go forever. So if you're like,
You mean that's a better balance?
I could just do this endlessly.
And it's less tiring.
Yeah, and it's just more efficient. It's self-propelled.
Well, you didn't run into Sean yet, Kevin.
So you stand straight, it's easier. Like this. Thing is, you tend to fall over.
How many times did you fall when you were learning all this, Sean?
Once or twice.
Oh, that's good.
I still can't do that.
Whoa.
So it says, bend, lean, push.
Then lean. That's how you do it backwards. Didn't look like you were doing that before.
Well, the next step is then one foot on the other. You go back side to side like this. Yeah, now really kind of push out with your legs. Put your arms at your side like that.
Oh! Something inside me says, no, don't do that. Wrong.
Just do it a little bit. And these are called crossovers. So the way of turning, instead of going around a curve like that, so one foot in front of the other.
Are these individual lessons you got?
Yeah.
Which
just say, okay, come on out. And then he showed us how to do this. And the first basic stop,
Which is just a spin.
no stop. Left, even forward.
So this is where you touch first.
But try to kind of bend your knees. Get your weight into it, not really. All it's teaching you is just that if you lean slightly one way, you just simply go forward. Push out, propels you.
Sometimes you can push off to get yourself moving. But you're not supposed to do that?
You can do it without pushing off. So it's like
You move your toes?
no.
Or you don't?
Huh.
It's just a scissor. So
So just relax. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. You're going in and out.
all right. There we go.
And you're kind of going up and down too. Like an elevator.
What'd you say?
Darren, you shut up. You shut up, Darren. Here we go. Yeah, I've never seen Chad ring a whip before.
She's probably forgotten. Next thing is the basic stroke. Just 1 foot, which you can probably do better than that. The basic stroking, which is just pushing off with your ball of your foot onto 1 foot and then onto your.
Well, that I learned a long time ago.
That you probably can even do better than that.
Well, I mean, that's just like this, right?
Yeah. The other exercise like this is really like very first time to get on the ice.
Oh, that first thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know that.
And then when you learn to skate backwards.
Whoop!
Okay, push that
He
edge,
fell.
push me.
I haven't fallen.
That almost broke the camera lens.
Something's wrong with this height.
There we go. Hey, look at this. that good?
That's it. You're doing it.
The water is behind you there, Kevin. You better be careful.
Keep going, keep going.
That's interesting. This is hard. Yeah.
What's hard?
Going backwards.
Now push you a little. Bend your knees. And push out and then up. That's okay. And then stand up. So you're sort of going up. It's like down and up.
That's doing it.
That's my Dorothy Hamill.
Dorothy Hamill?
Sort of like a Shirley Temple, only harder.
She better than Katarina Witt?
Not anymore.
Well, I don't mean anymore, but she was pretty much the champion of champions, wasn't she?
Oh yeah.
Connecticut girl, I think.
Oh yeah.
Well, I taught her how to skate on this rink.
Oh,
You thought I was going to fall, didn't you?
oh, that moved the camera.
See how graceful I am? But this is basically how to do it. What do you learn next after you do the backwards? Is that the third thing you learn?
No, actually, I think it's forward.
Standard for performance sedans. But as impressive as that may have been, it was merely a reflection of things to come. Introducing the new legend from Acura.
It's at your Christmas store, Sears. A brand name sale so big that all microwaves, all VCRs, almost every TV and more are $500 to $500 off. Only at Sears Brand Central for Christmas.
If this is a cold, this is the flu. Cold. Flu. Cold. Flu. If what you've got is more than a simple cold, now there's Metaflu, with the maximum dosage of 4 strong medicines to give you flu-strength relief for even your worst symptoms. New Metaflu from Parke-Davis. For more than a cold. For the flu. Metaflu.
Introducing new Fresh Mint Gum, the freshest mint. The coolest cool. That's quite a package. New Fresh Mint from Trident.
We thought you'd like to know that Tic Tac breath mints are made with sugar because sometimes things are made with sugar and you don't even know it. Sugar-free Certs Mini Mints, the only little mint that's sugar-free. Now you know.
They're at your Christmas store, Sears. Dress shirts for men, lots of looks, lots of colors, in easy care fabrics too, for an unbelievable price, just $9.95. So hurry, they're going fast. Only at Sears for Christmas.
Saturday, the deacon becomes a preschool cop and must now control the kid from the hit movie Problem Child. It's an all-new Amen.
Then it's the biggest event of the holiday season, the first ever Finale Family Christmas Extravaganza.
I'm the entertainment.
The Finale Boys on their brand new night after Amen, Saturday on NBC.
Hi, I'm Tom Hanks. My wish for this Christmas season is to have the world at peace. What a ridiculous idea. So instead, I'll be hosting Saturday Night Live with Edie Brickell and New Bohemians.
Ready? We're ready to go.
Okay, we're rolling.
Sergeant Boyd Smith.
Boyd Smith.
B-O-Y-D.
What do we have here, Sergeant?
We have a Hispanic male, looks to be in his mid-30s. He's unknown at this time. We don't really know exactly when he got here or how he got here. Vehicle he is in, he was found in, is stolen.
Possible motive in this?
Right now, we don't have any idea.
Does it look like robbery? Pockets inside out?
Well, it looks like he may have been robbed, but I'm not sure that was the initial motive. We'll just have to sort that out.
Okay. You have discovered gunshot wounds to the head.
Apparent gunshot wounds is what it looks like. Sometimes it's difficult to tell on the scene.
Small caliber?
It's hard to say.
Where we go from here?
Well, right now we're having difficulty in finding anybody to help us with it, and that's where we go from here, is try to find somebody around here that can give us information on which direction to take off. We have a Vietnamese-speaking officer in right now to help us interview the people here. Most everybody that lives here is Vietnamese, and we have a little bit of language barrier.
You can put all that together for about 30 seconds real fast. All those questions we just asked.
We live in the only society in the world that when you sit down at your dinner table and the evening news is on and they talk about 4 or 5 murders that happened within a mile of your house last night, that you tune all that out and you can talk about the baseball score or somebody's algebra test. But when the weather comes back on, you automatically pick it back up and discover that it's probably going to be a 50% chance of rain tomorrow. But as far as anything about the 4 human beings that died last night, we've blocked that off. And that's because we see it every night. It's every day and every night and every day and every night. There's something really, I'm afraid we've jumped off track a little bit in our society when we have such a low regard for human life.
Can you call intake for Fairmaster?
What do we got in there? Shotguns, rifles?
I had a shotgun, a rifle, and about 3 or 4 .22 rifles. Over on that left to that door, there's 3 shots. Now, you know the prop envelope in there where they tag the shotgun and the shells for discharging firearm case? Mm-hmm. That could very well be. I'm sure they got building.
Yeah.
But where did this shotgun blast come from?
How many people get killed in Lethal Weapon 2? You know, how many people get killed on television every week? You know, that's the thing. People do not perceive it as being real until they can feel it, till they smell it, till they taste it.
You know, we sit in the back of a courtroom in our 4th murder trial of the month, and we hear those attorneys talk about our system that says, well, our system is not perfect, but it's the best we have. And we sit there in the back of our mind and we say that our system is we've maybe produced the most violent society that mankind has ever produced.
Did he have the gun out?
No.
Oh, you were still way off? Or were you right there?
Okay, I don't know who, my brother, him opened the door, and another guy shoot my brother.
Okay. They said Chicano all the way.
He got out of jail a couple of days ago.
Okay. No. Let's go. Go on back over there.
He didn't pay a payment. It was repossessed. So the aunt gave him money to get the car out.
I assume this is our complainant.
It is not a perceived matter of an unappreciated job. It really is an unappreciated job. And this city has 4,000 policemen who could sit down and give you example after example after example after example of that. You know, I keep hoping that one of these days something's going to change, that the public's going to say, oh my gosh, we had 650 murders and 2,000 rapes and 60,000 burglaries last year. Let's do something about it. But that hasn't happened yet, and maybe this year it'll happen.
Oh. Got a cold? Gotta feel better? You gotta get relief with Alka-Seltzer Plus cold medicine.
It works. It's fast. It works fast.
When you gotta get relief fast, you gotta get Alka-Seltzer Plus. And now, for sinus and allergy relief, try new Alka-Seltzer Plus sinus allergy medicine.
Hi, John.
Hi. You know, Ace is a place for all kinds of holiday stuff. From the tree and all the trimmings
Well, we
to
have
the right
lots of-
stuff to put under it.
Oh, you mean
Hey,
gifts and-
let me tell you. When it's time for ho, 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 Ace is the place for me.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah, ho, ho, ho. You know.
You can spot someone who saved money with a second-rate antifreeze a mile away. Not all antifreeze is the same. Nothing beats Prestone. And that's something you might appreciate down the road.
Coming up on Connecticut News, we will have a live report from Maryland where Connecticut troops prepare for the Middle East.
But hostages are kicking up their heels at the news of their scheduled release tomorrow.
A Lebanon, Connecticut child with a rare disease finds new hope and new friends tonight.
And will the rookie find any friends at the box office?
We'll find out next.
Get ready for some kind of bi-coastal comedy because David Letterman is dropping in on Johnny.
A show that has two hosts in one.
Plus a song or two from Patti LaBelle.
The Master, The Nightmare, and the quarterback's bad dream. The Broncos battle the Chiefs Sunday.
Okay, why don't you tell me what happened?
The best and hottest plays in the NBA, and the inside stories on and off the court. This is Ahmad Rashad. Join Julie Moran and me for the NBA's Inside Stuff Saturday.
And Sunday night, the biggest bank robbery in history and the cops who did it. NBC presents a world premiere movie based on the true story, Good Cops, Bad Cops, starring Edward Asner and Ray Sharkey. Sunday night, only on NBC.
Just some debris from the ambulance.
Oh, okay, that's party. I need to tell you something else.
NBC is the place to be.
Hard copy, weeknights at 7:30, right here on WVIT Channel 30.
Gift ideas from Paraways. Quality gifts like curio cabinets. and accessories.
If you need an accessory for your home, or if you're looking for that hard-to-find wedding, birthday, or holiday gift, be sure to stop into Pureways. We've got the perfect accessory or gift for any occasion. And if you can buy it anywhere else for less, we'll refund the difference.
The all-new Pureways. There's no place like it.
This year, 4 Dodge vehicles have been recognized in the Motor Trend magazine Top 10 issue. And your Dodge dealer is celebrating. With the Award Reward Celebration, we're rewarding you with savings on popular Dodge models. Like mid-size Dakotas with up to $3,400 total savings. Or up to $3,200 total savings on full-size pickups. Big savings on diesels, too. Hurry, collect your award reward today. Welcome home to your Dodge dealer.
As a teenager, you're faced with a lot of decisions, like having sex. Well, if you're thinking about it, and think about this. Today, sex can kill you. You see, there's this disease, it's called AIDS, which any partner you might choose could have, and you can't tell. My advice? Don't have sex. You got plenty of time. But if you do decide to have sex, then use a condom. Very simply, play it safe or don't play at all.
I got this gorgeous mink on sale at a fur salon for $19.99.
I got mine at Burlington for only $9.99.
What's the difference?
About $1,000.
What's better than taking home a pound of Dunkin' Donuts world-famous coffee? Taking home 2 pounds of Dunkin' Donuts world-famous coffee for just $4.99.
Now, live from WVIT Channel 30, Joanne Nesty, Van Hackett, Sports Director Beasley Reese, and meteorologist Brad Field, with Connecticut News at 11.
Good evening. Our lead story tonight has been a night spent in celebration for foreign hostages being held in Iraq and Kuwait.
Baghdad announced yesterday that they would be released, many of them by Christmas, and today the Iraqi parliament formally approved that decision. That led to a number of impromptu celebrations, especially after Iraqi officials tonight said the exodus of more than 8,000 Westerners, Japanese, and East Europeans could begin tomorrow. Almost 1,000 Americans are still believed to be held in the 2 countries.
One of the things that you had to deal with here is being totally out of control. And I just view that I'm still out of control, but I'm in better hands.
As President Bush arrived in Venezuela today, the White House declared that even with the impending release of the hostages, there was no lessening of the threat of war. The State Department did say, however, that once all Americans in Kuwait are freed, it will bring the remaining staff at the beleaguered embassy home. Despite all the movement to free the hostages, however, the American military buildup in the Gulf is continuing tonight.
And that includes a group of Army reservists who are now at Fort Meade, Maryland, but they'll leave this weekend for Saudi Arabia. Susan Forrest is with us now, live from Fort Meade, with more on that story. Susan? Joanna Van, good evening. These barracks at Fort Meade, Maryland have been home to members of the 344th Military Police and Escort Unit out of New Haven for the past 3 weeks, where they have undergone extensive training for their mission in the Persian Gulf. If any conflict breaks out over there in Saudi Arabia or elsewhere, their job is to escort prisoners of war to a POW camp. The Army Reserve Group is the first Connecticut unit to go over to the Gulf. They leave Sunday night from Andrews Air Force Base out of Washington, D.C. Some were scheduled to leave very early Saturday morning, but that was changed at the last minute. Now, 2 reservists in the unit do join us now live, Private Rosellen Duncan and Sergeant Ed Abdella. Time is closing in. How are you feeling as you prepare to head out?
Pretty much scared. Don't know what to expect.
Still nervous. Has the training here put your mind at ease, or?
Very much, but you still think about it.
And you have an 11-month-old daughter. Your thoughts, that is going to be a difficult separation, or probably already is.
Yeah, it's very difficult. I wish I was home with her, but gotta do what you gotta do.
Are you ready to go, Ed?
Yeah, I've seen enough of Fort Meade, Maryland right now.
What have you been working on while you've been here?
A lot of NBC, nuclear, biological, chemical warfare, a lot of rifle skills, and mainly for the military police here, they've been doing a lot of escort guard procedures. So the training's been really good here.
Okay, thank you both. We're going to be following this unit through the weekend and tell you about their departure on Sunday night. Again, they're the first Connecticut group to go over to the Persian Gulf. Joanna Van, back to you.
Thank you, Susan.
Thanks. Well, many so-called support groups for families of U.S. troops are still going strong.
It has been nearly 4 months since the first of them formed in Connecticut. Tonight, a group in East Hartford met. Doug Green reports that the soldiers get support from their wives and relatives who support each other as well.
The house in East Hartford flying the American flag and displaying the Marine Corps banner is the base of support for these soldiers so far from their families.
It's also the base of support for the families of the soldiers. They're out to help anyone who wants to encourage the troops from here, and they're out to encourage each other.
I want them all home, believe me, but I try to stay away from saying, I say come home soon, God bless you, but I try to show strength. And I think we have to show strength.
Thanksgiving was a difficult holiday for many near the Gulf and here at home.
The only thing he missed was Mom and Dad, ice-cold beer, and a football game.
The Marines didn't get any turkey on the front lines, where Shirley Burke's son is.
Oh, I felt bad, but I told him the Christmas tree wasn't coming down till he came home.
We did it, we did it.
The host of the meeting has strong feelings about Americans who demonstrate against the U.S. military buildup.
If Saddam Hussein was running this country, they wouldn't have the right to demonstrate like that. He would shoot him like he does everybody else.
This weekend, Alice Zetterstrom's husband leaves for the Middle East with his Army Reserve unit. She's trying to accept what she knows will be a very poor Christmas.
He was working 2 jobs, and it was rough making it then. Besides, I work, and now it's hard. I mean, my kids, I got 2 kids, and we were struggling before, and now it's getting worse.
Now she has a shield for what Desert Shield is doing to her family. In East Hartford, Doug Green, Connecticut News.
Brad Field joins us now with our first look at the weekend weather forecast. Brad?
Okay, Joanna Van, we've got a big storm forming off the southeast coast of the United States. This would be a snow threat, but I think it's going to brush by and just barely miss us. But it's going to come close enough to keep us in the cloud cover and give us the threat of some rain or snow showers late tonight and the first thing tomorrow, but no accumulation predicted. Let's go to the graphics and I'll show you where the storm center is. It's forming off the South Carolina coast, and some of this precipitation here is moderate to heavy, but it seems to be edging to the northeast, and it should just barely bypass us here in Connecticut. So the flavor of the day tomorrow will be generally cloudy skies. There'll be a couple of light rain showers near the coast, maybe a couple of snow showers inland, but again fairly mild as we move toward mid-December with a temperature near 40. So mainly cloudy, and it looks like a near miss tomorrow.
All right, Brad. Thank you. Governor O'Neill promised to help create jobs today by giving the go-ahead to $115 million worth of bonding projects that some critics are calling pork barrel. O'Neill, as chairman of the State Bond Commission, won approval of projects that include $500,000 for renovations to a firehouse in Enfield, $350,000 for a fire station in West Haven, and $800,000 for a fire station in Milford, despite the state facing a $2 billion budget deficit.
Local firehouses and local nonprofit entities that have come through no competition against all the other towns in the state are special projects for special favored sons and daughters.
Well, of course, critics can say whatever they want, but the vast majority of the people within that room voted for these particular items. And the items really are for school construction in many instances, clean water projects across the state of Connecticut, job-creating expenditures.
And O'Neill says all of today's projects were first approved by the legislature, but McLaughlin accused O'Neill of failing to exercise discretion and rubber stamping what he called the legislature's mistakes. Hartford police plan to make an arrest in connection with an attack by a Rottweiler on a 4-year-old boy. The child was attacked at the Bellevue Square housing project after a teenager who was struggling with the dog lost control of him, and he ran after the child, grabbing him by the leg. Luisa Morrow heard cries for help and ran outside.
The young lady told me, "Don't kill him, my dog. Don't kill him, my dog." I told her, I don't want to kill the dog. I want to save the kid, because the dog tried to kill the kid.
Police tonight said they would charge the owner with failure to license and failure to leash the dog. The child suffered serious injuries to his leg. He's in satisfactory condition tonight at St. Francis Hospital.
Coming up, we're going to see how a group of Lebanon, Connecticut 6th graders go all out to raise money for a very worthwhile cause.
And we'll find out if seeing the new movie, The Rookie, is worth your while.
Mitsubishi has won more major awards in the past 2 years than most car makers could hope for in a lifetime.
You could save up to $1,000 at your Northern Connecticut area Mitsubishi Motors dealer now.
During the course of one 60-minute workout, a body can be depleted of vitamins B6 and C, carbohydrates, and valuable potassium, all of which, it so happens, can be replaced by eating one Chiquita banana. So whatever you put out, put back. Chiquita, quite possibly the world's perfect food.
Ever heard of the Wizard of Cool? Well, he was in Lebanon, Connecticut tonight as a creative bunch of grade schoolers performed their own updated version of the Wizard of Oz.
As Lisa Jones tells us, perhaps the coolest thing about the Wizard of Cool is that the entire production benefited a 2-year-old fatally ill child.
The Wizard of Oz was never like this. There's Dory, a valley girl from Beverly Hills who gets lost in the land of cool.
Well, I have like a accent, and I'm a valley girl, and I like a teenage, and I'm more sophisticated and stuff.
And meet Heavy Hay. If the original Scarecrow was in search of a brain, Heavy has quite another quest.
This time we're looking for some good music tips to listen to.
The cast is rounded out by the Steel Wool Man and the Scaredy Cat, any one of whom can tell you the reason they charged an admission fee tonight.
It's a fundraiser for Robert Cole.
Yeah.
What do you know about him?
Well, he has Hurler's disease, and their hospital bills are real big.
This is Robert Cole Jr., 2½, who suffers from the very rare and fatal Hurler's disease.
Hurler syndrome is a rare genetic disorder by which our son is missing a couple of essential enzymes.
Their only son's disease has put an enormous financial strain on the Coles. That's where this $1,000 check is expected to help out.
It hasn't stopped. It's been so overwhelming.
For Robert Jr., who was the center of attention, it was a night to savor. And for the students here, it was a night to long remember, not only for their clever production, but for the good they've done. In Lebanon, Lisa Jones, Connecticut News.
Donations can be sent to the Robert Cole Jr. Fund in care of Lebanon Elementary School, 479 Exeter Road, Lebanon, Connecticut, 06249.
Come Sunday, it will be the kids in Columbia talking to the astronauts in Columbia. That's when these 4th graders at Horace Porter School will talk to astronaut Ronald Parisi, a ham radio operator on board the Space Shuttle Columbia.
I would ask, what does it feel like to be in zero gravity? I'm sort of excited, and I feel weird, you know.
And in addition to being able to talk to the Space Shuttle Columbia by ham radio, the kids in Columbia will be in touch by computer.
Clint Eastwood is back on familiar ground. In his latest movie, Arch Campbell reviews Eastwood and partner Charlie Sheen in The Rookie.
Clint Eastwood pairs with Charlie Sheen for the 1,597th mismatched buddy cop movie of the year, The Rookie. This time, Sheen is a rich kid who wants to be a tough cop. Eastwood is a tough cop who wants revenge for his partner's death. Raul Julia and Sonia Braga are the villains. They steal expensive cars and torture Eastwood until Charlie joins in the rescue.
Fasten your seatbelt. Passenger seatbelt. Engineered like no other car. I told you to fasten your seatbelt.
The Rookie. Lethal Weapon, it's not. Dirty Harry, it's not. Violent and stupid it is. Too violent for me. 1 star max with an R rating. Save your money on this one, will you? I'm Arch Campbell, and I hope you see something good at the movies.
I don't know, that wasn't a bad scene.
Good special effects, anyway.
Yeah, good spec. Anyway, a home in a Guilford man leveled by an explosion. We'll tell you more about that coming up.
And the search for the Fountain of Youth, just how successful has it been?
He didn't keep me waiting, explained everything.
This woman's not talking about her doctor.
I mean, it wasn't painful.
Or her dentist.
It was just easy.
She's talking about her New England Ford dealer.
This guy was great.
And now a Taurus L Plus is available for under $13,300, loaded with air conditioning and much, much more. Your New England Ford dealer. He sells more cars and trucks than any other dealer, so he doesn't have to act like any other dealer.
Is he single?
Pepsi salutes Christina Bonaldi's, a Quiz Kid winner.
Well, I run varsity track for Danbury High, and the coach for our Fairfield County team is the coach for Darien. And he just saw me running, so he called me one day. He says, I want to get together a relay team. Do you want to be on it? And I said, sure. I just want to end up happy in whatever I do.
Christina Bonaldi's, a Quiz Kid.
I'm Joe Montana. A few months ago, I challenged any Diet Coke celebrity to come on TV and take a blind taste test against Diet Pepsi. But no one had the courage to show up, so I'm going to take the test myself. Okay, thanks. Okay, who's the wise guy?
I don't know, but I got the right one, baby.
Diet Pepsi with 100% NutraSweet.
Hi, I'm Mr. Amazing. My brother Dave and I would like to tell you why you almost never see brand names in our amazing ads. We buy closeouts, overstocks, and overruns at prices so low we can't mention the brand names. Amazing cookware, furniture, glassware, stationery, housewares, books, linens, and other good stuff you'll find at Amazing. You'll just have to come in and see for yourself. Right, Dave?
Amazing Stores. Good stuff cheap.
A 67-year-old Guilford man remains in stable condition at Yale New Haven Hospital tonight after an explosion that destroyed his home. Fire officials say James Gaffney was relighting his furnace this morning when a propane tank exploded, causing a fire that spread quickly through his Hazel Street home.
Ponce de Leon spent years tramping all over Florida looking for the Fountain of Youth. Tonight's 60-second house call Dr. Bob Lanier shares the latest research in today's hunt for the fountain.
The search for the Fountain of Youth remains as active today as it was in Ponce de Leon's time. The first assault was minoxidil, a blood pressure medication with a strange side effect of growing hair. That side effect is desirable for millions of young balding men and women. Next came Retin-A, a wrinkle cream that erases fine lines. But no medicine until now has produced improvement in the basic problem of aging, reduced muscle mass and thinner skin. Human growth hormone could be that long sought-after balm. It used to be so extremely expensive that it was used sparingly only in very short children. But now it can be made synthetically and cheaply. Some interesting experiments are taking place injecting this substance into older men. It works in 6 months. The men can grow back muscle and thicken the skin, but it's too early to say for sure that growth hormone is truly the fountain of youth. It sounds too good to be true, and you know what that means. I'm Dr. Bob Lanier.
Whalers make news on and off the ice. Sports coming up next.
This was not the surprise Elaine had been asking for. It was supposed to be a new piano, not a room full of mud and grease. I really panicked. I didn't know if even Elaine's spick and span would clean that mess. Did it ever? That stuff really cut through. The mud, the grease. That's great. Everything. The piano was a big success. So was the spick and span.
When it's surprisingly clean, it's spick and span.
So there I was, surrounded by them. Fuzzy little things that could grow bigger like that. Astounding. And they had a tenacious grip. Well, what did you do? Bagged a pair with my bare hands. Those are just gloves. They're toasties, man. A little stretch glove with the grip that doesn't slip. See? Did I tell you about the first time I shot that? Ha!
Toasties, the stretch glove with a grip.
Mazda Protege. Solid value.
Go!
power and room to spare. The compact sedan that feels just right.
Just right.
Of course you can afford it. With factory-to-dealer incentives, plus special options packages, you can save up to $1,450. Mazda, there's no stopping us now. And with deals like this, there's no stopping you.
At your Connecticut Mazda dealer now.
Tonight's WVIT Sports Report is brought to you by Acura Automobiles.
Upon its introduction, the first Acura Legend set a new standard for performance sedans. But as impressive as that may have been, it was merely a reflection of things to come. Introducing the new Legend from Acura.
Rick Lee sends a message to the Whalers, special delivery.
Oh, big-time special delivery. 5.5 years as captain, that's what Ron Francis has put together. He has no more C on his jersey. They have now 3 alternating captains. So Ricky Lee means business. He says there's no leadership, and you go right to the captain when you're talking about that. Well, whether it's leadership or lack of concentration that's done the Whalers in at home, only they know. But tonight, on the road, they had a shot at a club record 6 straight road wins. And we go to Buffalo, 58 seconds to play, tied at 2. Buffalo's Dale Hawerchuk racing in on the blue line where he left Kerry Wilson and Sylvain Cote. Beats El Cid for his second of the night, and it was a Buffalo lead. But 28 seconds later, one of the alternate captains, it was Pat Verbeek, his second of the night, tying it at 3 to send it into overtime. And 53 seconds into the extra session, the Whalers put them away. Scotty Young passed a sliding Clint Malarchuk. 4-3, the Whalers win their 6th straight on the road. They're home tomorrow with the Penguins. NHL board tonight, Washington 5-2. New Jersey leading in the second period. Pittsburgh and Vancouver skated to a 2-all overtime tie. Quebec, they're leading Calgary. Are you sure? In the second period, St. Louis is leading Detroit. That's now a final. And in the AHL tonight, our New Haven Nighthawks, winners over Utica, 5-3. Well, Larry Bird's age is finally greater than his jersey number. How about that? He turned 34 today. Tonight, the C's were down in Big D. Take on the Mavericks. Rolando Blackman had the Mavs up 51-50. Look at that rainmaker, huh? But Bird and company, namely the chief executive, he had 26 officer points tonight, I guess you could say. Gave Boston the lead, but Derek Harper, nifty and quick on the inbounds, and Boston's lead was only 5. But Boston got their inside game going in the fourth quarter. They went on to win it 112-104. And the Chief doesn't want us to look at him anymore, so we'll go to Philadelphia for the next game. The McNuggets and the Sixers. Denver to chicken to jack it up from outside, so they go for the 0. Orlando Woolridge, but Denver still trailed by 15 at the break. Philly turned it up on the D in the second half. Hersey back to Charles in charge, who had 40, 22 boards. 135-126. Second place Philly wins it. NBA board tonight. Chicago 108-98. Those Knicks still have not won under John McLeod. Phoenix, they traded Eddie Johnson and 2 first-round draft picks for the X-Man, Xavier McDaniel. Milwaukee a winner. Portland a winner. Orlando wins over Seattle. And the Lakers are trailing in the third period. College basketball tonight. Syracuse, well, we just didn't want to show you that score. St. John's 76-65 over George Mason. Yale 65-41 over Lafayette. And Sacred Heart 99-81 over Atekio Post. And we know who purchased Post College, of course, after we saw that.
Sure.
That's right. Thanks.
Well, several storms going to be brushing by the state this weekend.
And Brad Field will join us with the forecast next.
Hello, my name is Sergeant First Class James T. Madison. I'm stationed at Camp Casey, Korea. I'm sending holiday greetings to all my friends, competitors, and co-workers in New Haven, Connecticut. Peace.
Why do so many people choose Dunkin' Donuts coffee? We use our own special blend of the world's finest coffee beans. They don't. We grind our coffee seconds before brewing. They don't. We brew our coffee fresh day and night. They, well, who knows? Dunkin' Donuts, the freshest cup of coffee you can buy. What's better than taking home a pound of Dunkin' Donuts world-famous coffee? Taking home 2 pounds of Dunkin' Donuts world-famous coffee for just $4.99.
What do you call a car
that has learned to use the wind. A car designed to settle in when you race into it head on and stabilize when it buffets you from the side. Road and Track called it one of the 10 best cars in the world. But it is probably better known as the Infiniti Q45.
Great-looking leather jackets cost a lot?
No, we got them at Burlington Coat Factory.
Those raincoats, those designer coats, that fur, expensive?
No, we got them at Burlington.
Those are terrific jackets. Let me guess.
Right, saved on them all at Burlington.
So you saved on all these coats and jackets at Burlington Coat Factory?
Burlington has more of these at the lowest prices than anybody.
That's why they call it Burlington Coat Factory.
It's America's #1 place to save on coats.
Well, have you made an executive decision yet?
Oh, of course. Al, this Encore lasagna is delicious. I love the way it's made. So rich, so meaty. I'm going to take some home.
Wait, didn't I tell you that Encore is a 2-pound family-size entree?
Right.
Is that too much food for one person?
Right.
Then don't you need a family like mine to help you eat it all?
Wrong.
For tasting more, it's Encore.
I love this stuff.
We were talking earlier in the week about a possible Saturday snowstorm, but that's not even going to happen. And it's not much of a winter so far.
No, so far it's not. And all around the station I go, people are asking, where's the snow? I went down for a cup of coffee tonight down to a local restaurant. Where's the snow? People want it. And we are just barely missing a storm that probably would be a snowstorm. It's brushing by a little too far to the east to directly impact us.
Why don't I feel left out?
Let's see how it looks for the weekend and the next several days. A few scattered rain or snow showers tonight and early tomorrow as that system brushes by. Partly cloudy and near 40 on Sunday. Sunny to partly cloudy weather Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with temperatures bouncing around the normal high temperature for early December, and that is 40 degrees. Had a low temperature reading today of 30. We had an afternoon high temperature reading of 44. Day started off partly sunny, ended up mainly cloudy. As we look around southern New England, here are the 11 o'clock reports. Temperatures range from the mid-30s inland to near 40 at the shoreline. In Connecticut, 36 Windsor Locks, 37 Oxford, 38 Hartford, 40 New London, 42 New Haven, and 42 degrees in Stratford. Wavy front down the coast. This is where our big winter storms form. If you want to get a big snowstorm in Connecticut, you want to see something form off the North Carolina coast and move toward Cape Cod. We've got something forming off the North Carolina coast, but it's going to move about 200 miles east of Cape Cod. So that's the problem. If you like snow, the storm's going by a little too far to the east, and we can track that on the radar. We're basically dry here in Connecticut. This is light activity over Cape Cod. This is heavy stuff here, but it's pointing out into the open Atlantic, and I think that's where it's going to go Saturday evening. There's the storm, but it will move out to sea to our east. Here's your weekend forecast in detail tonight. Mainly cloudy. We could get a rain or snow shower or two. Temperatures bouncing right around that freezing mark. Tomorrow, a rain or snow shower in the morning. Otherwise, some breaks late in the day, 40 to 45 degrees, sunshine index of 2. Partly cloudy and in the 20s tomorrow night. And Sunday, just where it should be for this time of year. Pretty good shopping day, partly sunny, and near 40. Have a good weekend.
That's Connecticut News for right now. For Brad Field and Tony Terzi, I'm Joanne Nesting.
And I'm Van Hacken. We will see you back here Monday. In the meantime, have a great weekend. Good night.
Meet a mature single lady.
I would never date a man unless I felt those sparks.
Well, fortunately, you carry flints in your bra.
Who's very sexy.
I was only blessed with one talent, turning men on.
With a knockout figure.
Take me, Bill. Oh.
Willing to help her fellow man.
I don't want to put you out.
Oh, I like to put out.
She's Blanche Devereaux, and you'll find her on The Golden Girls.
Monday at 5 on WVIT Channel 30.
An afternoon of playing grandparent can take quite a lot out of you. Magnesium, for example. Vitamin B6. vitamin C, and valuable potassium. As nature would have it, replacing all of them is as simple as eating one Chiquita banana. In the case of twins, however, you might want to try 2. Chiquita, quite possibly the world's perfect food.
Walgreens presents a sampler of holiday values. Get no-nonsense savings on sheer indulgence control top pantyhose. They're free after $3 mail-in rebate. And the special bonus packs of Maybelline mascara give you 2 for the price of 1. The twin packs just $2.99. Clairol benders, heated shapers for curls and waves. A great gift idea at less than half price, only $12.99. Enjoy these and other holiday values this week at Walgreens.
The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McMahon along with Doc Severinsen and the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, David Letterman, the songs of Patti LaBelle. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.